Hey everybody, this is Jeff. I am coming to you with an arcade video. I know it's been a while. Please excuse my voice. I've kind of lost it. I've had a cold for a couple weeks now and I lose it at night. Um, but I just thought I would do a quick video. I have been kind of out of commission for a little bit and will be for a while on building anything. I had a really fluke accident with my my finger. I hope this doesn't gross you out. I'll just kind of flash it up there, but I actually had surgery on it to get it reconstructed about 5.5 weeks ago, and I've got a ways to go before I can start using it again. I've got like a button on there. I won't go into all the details, but I'm kind of out of commission, so I thought, well, what would I do? You know, what can I do for a video? So what I thought I would do is actually show you my arcade, right? I'm going to go ahead and just show you what I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start in my workshop and just show you what I have currently. I can't show you absolutely everything because it's a little bit dark. It's dark outside, and I do have one thing out in the shed, but you know what that looks like. But I will get to that in a minute. But this is my downstairs. Not to get too overly personal with you guys, but like when I come down my stairs, this is my downstairs, and it's a bit messy right now with clothes and stuff, but this is our family room. So you can kind of see I can't really venture into the family room here with the arcade, right? So I'll just kind of twist around. I got some 80s music going on right now. But that's our, we just watched a movie, watched Maleficent. It was a lot of fun watching that movie with my son. But you can kind of see that over there is the entrance to the workshop / laundry area, and then over in there is my arcade area. So that's my limited space. We have this curtain that we had put up before. My wife had it as a massage room at one point in our life, but we left the curtain up and now it's an arcade area. So what I'll show you is my workshop in here. So what I actually have in my workshop is my bar top, right? So here's my bar top. This is a Hyperspin MAME cabinet. This is the first cabinet I built. My cocktail full size went out there. It was my first one ever that I bought, and then I built this after getting inspired by that. And I went ahead and put a little play pinball sign up there. This sign came from eBay guy that does these signs. Really cool. I got an arcade one out there. I'll show you. But really love this, the colors in this. And the reason I have this one in here pointing down to this, as you can see, hope I'm not moving around too quick, is I've got visual pinball on this as well. So I have Hyperspin. If you're familiar with Hyperspin, it's a front end that runs various game consoles, emulators is what I should say, and it's like a menu system. So I've got visual pinball and I've got MAME. Those are the only two I have. I wasn't really interested at this time in any other emulation of Nintendo, Super Nintendos, or anything of the sort. So I've got MAME. Probably got like 450 games on MAME. And here's my control panel setup. Basically 7 buttons here, 7 buttons there. These 6 go for the fighting games. These 4 here go for Neo Geos. I've got a couple extra buttons up here. I've even got them labeled, right? This is to go back and hyperspin. This will give you a coin in pinball. This will exit the game. And then on the sides, I've got flippers, one on each side, and those are coin ups for when you're in MAME. So if I was to actually hit select game here, and I won't go into too much detail on all these, but I thought, hey, why not? Just show you guys what I have all in one bunch. This will go into MAME, and it just popped up to the last game that was played. My nephews were here and was playing this. Was one of his favorite fighter games. And goes down to Metal Slug. There's a Moon Patrol, and these are all the MAME games. What's cool is I can have a favorites button, right? So I hit favorites. It goes to view favorite games. Then I hit select. And then these are all favorite games. I don't know if you saw that, but you can add a game to your favorite list too. You can't. No, I think you can remove it too, but these are just a whole list of favorite games that are my favorite games. And then you have genre, right? So if I hit genre, I've created all these genres. There's all games, driving, fighter, gun games. I called them maze games. These are some pinball, but these are arcade pinball, not visual pinball. Platform, shooter, sports, and then back to all games. So if I wanted to go to gun games, right, and I would just hit select, and then there's all my gun games, right? So, and then I have these two guns. I got that gun and this gun, and they sort of act as like a mouse in Windows, because this runs in Windows. These are arcade guns. That's actually what they're called, arcade guns. They're really nice. Let's see right there, it says arcade guns. It's got 3 buttons. It's got the trigger here, it's got one on top, and then it's actually got one here for various gun games. And then there's a sensor. You can see it up there. It's kind of dark, but there's a little bar sensor. Can't get that. Maybe you can see it now. There, you can see it. There's a little bar sensor for that. Please excuse my bezel. I kind of got to resize it, and it's scratched up. It needs a new bezel, but and these arcade guns are great, but they kind of get out of sync, so I don't know, and I don't play them that often anymore. But that is my bar top multicade. Let me show you the pinball real quick, right? So then if I hit hyperspin back, well, then I go back to the main and visual pinball. If I hit select, well, then I've got about 75 visual pinball games here, right? So if I wanted to go into roller disco, I hit select. This one takes a little longer to come in, right? So it's simulating turning on. Why is that still spinning like that? I don't know. Sometimes it does that with these arcade guns, right? So there's roller disco. Try to turn it up. I need to put an amp in there for my speakers as well. And then if I coin up, and then there's the plunger. Oh wait, I gotta hit player 1. Right? So then I hit the plunger, I press this and hold it back. Shoots the ball up. And there's visual pinball. And of course it landed on that side, but that is a lot of fun. I'm actually doing a bar top for a friend of mine right now. I'm working on it right now. It's basically the same copy of what I have over here, and then I'm going to build up a bar top similar to that, but with a different theme and different buttons and things like that, but it's going to be very similar to that size-wise as well. And it's just going to run off of this Optiplex 755, and but it's running fine. And I'm trying to see if I can get this. This is an SLG 3000, and I'm trying to see if I can get this to work with MAME. I haven't tried it before, but this will give me scan lines, which is very cool. So it works on some other boards. And then here's the whole setup that I have for the bar top. This is the interface card. I use the X Arcade. I just stole the one out of here. This is kind of blank right now. It's my test unit. Just to show you like my workshop, that's my test unit. It doesn't have an X Arcade controller in it like this. I stole the one out of there and put it in there and made my own control panel. But I got a whole variety of stuff in here. I mean, I just got parts. That's like from the Arch Rivals. If anybody wants that, let me know. It's good optical joysticks, and they was a working board, but right before I got it, it stopped working. That's why it ended up being a free cabinet. I've got a good G07 right there. Just been capped and tube rejuved, and it's in pretty good shape. The tube was it's as good as the tube can be, but very good, pretty good picture on that. This is another monitor which works well, but it seems to be, I can't adjust the horizontal on it, but I use it for testing. And then I got a whole bunch of stuff up there. I got some artwork, and there's my MDF. I got my old Joust panel up there, my old, it was a Centipede, but it was a Devastator's, but it fits a Centipede. I got another 100-watt monitor up there. I got some T-molding. You can see all my various, you know, it's cramped in here, but there's all my various, you know, screws and whatnot. I've got a couple chassis up here. I want to get this one recapped. This one's a good chassis that'll go with a 100-watter. And then all under here on this first shelf is all the stuff I need for making arcades. There's hardware. I've got my boards in here. You know, I've got, this is a, what is this, a 131? No, this is my multi-vector, but I've got another one in there that's 138 and 1 and a 412. You know, here's my buttons and various things. So that's all my supplies. And enough about that. But last shot of the bar top, just so you can see my Joust 2 artwork and my my custom marquee, which I'm really happy about. So then if we walk out of here and we go into the arcade, the very first thing you see, and of course you see the Centipede, which is cool. I like coming down and being able to have the Centipede artwork is awesome, and the Joust artwork is awesome. I love it. The Joust is just, it's probably one of my most recent completions, and I had it for the longest time, and it's my favorite cabinet. I just gotta say, I love this Joust cabinet. I got this from Coin Op Warehouse. It was non-working. I got a really good deal on it, but Lloyd gave me a good deal. He gave me 50 bucks off even. You know, he just held it for me. I went up and picked it up, and but he had not tested it. I love the artwork on the side. Everything looks great. The marquee's in great shape. The bezel has a few little spots that's out, but you can't really tell a whole lot. And but that came with it, and the control panel was filthy dirty. But I'll try to keep this a little bit shorter, not to go into all the details of every machine, because I don't want to bore you guys. But I did want to show you my arcade and some of the you know, technical stuff, or stories, should I say, on each machine. But I cleaned it up, and I actually did a little bit of work on the board, just kind of messing with the connectors and stuff, and I got the Joust to work. But it kind of kept shorting out, and I couldn't figure it out real quick, and I had planned to do a Multi-Williams anyway, so I kept the boards in there. I won't show the inside right now. I can't pull it out anyway with my hand, but I kept the boards in there. It's all intact. I ended up having to get a new monitor. This is a Wells Gardner 4900, so I swapped Wells Gardner 4900s with somebody. I was holding the Wizard of War for a good friend, well, he's a good friend now, but a guy who needed it, and he traveled 4.5 hours from West Virginia to come up here and get it, because we found it on Craigslist, and I was 15 minutes away. Well, he brought me a monitor from somebody down there, and I sent the monitor back to another guy on our Facebook group, and he used it for his advantage. He capped it and everything, and he actually could fix it. I didn't think it was fixable, but so long story on this that I won't go into, but here's my Multi-Williams control panel. This will do 2 different Multi-Williams boards. I have a secret button under here, if you can see that, and if I hit that button, well, it switches over to the J-Rock board. This is the J-Rock board, which has Defender, White Rom, Stargate, Robotron, Joust, Bubbles, Splat, Blaster, Sinistar, and Sinistar OMA. And I don't really know what that one is, or the Defender White Rom, but this is fantastic. J-Rock board is the best multi-board out there as far as the authenticity. And that's why I wanted it, but I wanted these other games as well. And I could have got all those games on this board. This is an old arcade shop board, which is really good. And I could have got all those games on this, and I still could, but I wanted the J-Rock. And I also wanted to be able to have, this is my horizontal cabinet right now. It's the only one I have for horizontal games, so I can actually swap in and out boards pretty quick light that are JAMA, and use this control panel in a limited fashion. But this one, I've got, it starts off with Berserk, Crash, Frenzy, Mario Brothers, Moon Patrol, New Rally X, Kicks, Rally X, Star Luster, Golf, Tetris, Pinball, this is Nintendo Pinball, Nintendo Soccer, and Wizard of War. And I love that, you know, three of these games, at least two, are two-player. Of course, Joust is two-player. I just love that background. I just think that's so cool. So that's the two boards I have in my Multi-Williams. Very happy with that. And these are leaf switches, and they're brand new from Groovy Game Gear, and I really like them. So then over here, let's see. Actually, let me start with the cocktail, because this was the first one I got. This is the cocktail, and this is a 16-1. I bought this. I sold a bunch of stuff that I had to pay for this. I got a decent deal on this. I got this for like $800 and $200 shipped, so it was $1,000 total off this eBay guy. And at the time, that was pretty good, and I still think it's a decent deal for a brand new cocktail. And it's got a 16-1 in it. And as much as I love some of these other boards and become more of a purist, I'm not a purist in that fashion, so I don't frown upon the 16-1. It's actually a really decent board for the price, and but you know, I like the other boards better. But everybody comes and loves this cocktail machine. So this has a 16-1. You can see I got all my, actually this is the only one I have running quarters. We just love the nostalgia of quarters. So I got quarters sitting here. I got some little paraphernalia. I've got this awesome arcade topper. It's supposed to go on top of a pop-on machine, but I don't have one, and I actually just like it sitting there. And it'll change colors. It's got a little remote, comes with it. I really like that. And these are just some things I picked up, you know, like the Mario mystery box. We went to an arcade party a couple weeks ago, and the guy ordered this pale ale. It's 8-bit pale ale. So I just said, well, can I take one home? Because I don't even drink, but it's like I just wanted it to sit it here. And then I got my Space Invaders coasters at East Starland, which was cool. And my Frogger sign, my Warnings Aggressive Fireball sign. I got this Fender clock, really cool Fender clock, from the guy who picked up Wizard of War. He brought that to me for helping him out. And here's the other sign that goes with the Play Pinball. I got this and asked him I asked him to do some of these things custom, and he did the Pac-Mans up there, and it's really cool sign I got there. And so that's the first one I ever had. And I made the bar top, and then I ended up getting this Galaga, right? So this is the one in the middle. I got the Centipede multi over here, and then I'll talk about the Asteroids. But the Galaga I got, and it was working, but the marquee was horrible. I had to get a new marquee. I actually need to get it's kind of too bright of a light in there for this marquee, because this marquee's thinner, but it's an authentic reproduction. It's even got, you know, all the right wording here. It's even got a serial number down in here that you can't see. But the side art was in pretty decent shape. I mean, it's really good. The kick plate's worn in some places, but it's in good shape. Coin door's great. I need to get some lights here. I still got to get bulbs for things. They kind of blow, and I actually had these working, but look, I can't get one of them works. So anyway, this is the Galaga. I did completely redid the control panel. It was tore up, and I would say rebuilt, cleaned out the joystick, cleaned up the ball, and then I just recently replaced these buttons from Real Bob Roberts. These are the mustard buttons, so they're the right color. And of course everything is leaf switch, but this is dedicated, and I really love it. And I put in a Galaga enhancement pack so that, I'll show you real quick. If I hit 2-player, right, I have it on free play, so I hit 2-player right now. So one player's up, and it allows you not only to keep the high scores, which that's my high score, by the way. This is definitely my favorite game, or my best game when I was a kid and still to today. So this allows me to go left for slow, which is normal shooting, or right for fast, which is usually what everybody else sees, that if you see a Galaga running around, they always have it on fast shoot. So I can actually turn it, hit to the left for player one, and then this is normal shoot. Okay? You can see that. Try to get a little bit better picture. Alright, so what I want to do is just die, and I want to show you what happened for the next one real quick. Right, so then if we have player 2 come up, well look, if I'm playing somebody who's not as good as me, which is usually the case, not to brag, they can hit to the right, and now they can shoot fast, right? Which is a heck of a lot faster. So that's the Galaga, right? And I love this game. I've thought about selling it, trading it, all that, but I don't know, we just can't part with it. Then I got this, which was a Devastators. It was, you know, a lame game that I'd never heard of. The control panel was Devastators, the marquee, everything was Devastators, and the side art, it wasn't even side art, it was just thick brown paint. And I couldn't save what was under it, but I knew it was a Centipede. On the inside door, or in the back, it still has the Centipede paper, you know, on there with instructions and stuff. So, and I got this for like, you know, it was working with a working monitor, and I got it for like 75 bucks off Craigslist. So I couldn't pass it up. I've since put a new monitor in there, which is really, it's a more modern VGA monitor, but it's a CRT. Really nice and bright in there. I got an original, but you know, used glass marquee for my Facebook group. No, I got that off of eBay, and then I got the bezel, which is an original glass one. I got that off a guy from the Facebook group, which is in really good shape. It's a little dark there. That helps you a little bit, right? And then I got a repro. I actually had to go get, I had to find another control panel because it didn't have the original Centipede control panel at all. So I had to find that, which I did. It's got the ball in here, and but what I have in there, as you can see, that's not Centipede, that's Excitebike. So what I have in here, if I hit that button, is an arcade SD with 100 or so vertical games. Tons and tons of awesome, awesome games. And this is definitely my favorite, let's just say my favorite, it's my favorite overall multi-game board. This is the successor to the arcade shop board. And then he uses an SD card, so you can put a lot more games on there. But this is, you know, this is a wonderful game. And of course I had to have my trackball in there, so I have a modern trackball in there. I drilled a hole for the joystick, but now I can do Millipede with the trackball, right? I'm using my hand the best I can, but now I can use all the trackball games on here, and the trackball works really well. Millipede plays awesome on this board. The 16-1, it's horrible. The sounds are completely off, so I couldn't even play it on that one if I wanted. And then you just hit 1 and 2 player and it comes out. So that's what I turned this into. Now, this one over here is an Asteroids Deluxe. This is a dedicated. It's my only vector game. I just got the monitor fixed up by a guy locally here that I met, and off the Clav forums, and really, really good guy. We're definitely good friends now, and he did a great job on this because I was local. He took his time, you know, he figured it out and got the parts, and it looks really, really good. And if I hit player 1 here, you can just see how nice and bright. Try to get as close as I can, but you can see how nice and bright those shots are. I mean, it's just really, really nice. So, and I got this like totally working for like $100 off Craigslist a long time ago, and it's been floating around. The side art, I started peeling it off because it was really torn up and I needed to replace it. So I have it. I just can't put it on because of my hand. But I did one day start to do the sides. So all I really have left on this, because you can see over here how much of the side art is gone. It was really a bummer. Because down in here everything else is good. But I've got new side art from my artwork guy. He does a fantastic job. Artworkdoctor.com. And but the control panel overlay is not perfect, but it was great. I did get new buttons. The board works fine. The coin door works fine, even though I have it on free play. But I really like playing Asteroids Deluxe. This is going to end up in my boss's house, but I don't know when that'll be, because I'm going to be playing it some, because now that I have it in there, I'll be working on it and get the side art on it. Then I'm going to let him take it for a while. I just don't know when it's going to be, because I've been having a lot of fun playing this, and I haven't been able to play it a lot because of my finger. But that's Asteroids Deluxe, and in the shed, if you watched any of my other videos, I had an old Arch Rivals that was a free cabinet, and you know, had a working monitor. I had that recapped by the same guy that did this monitor. That was the only thing I've done to it, and then I sanded it down. It was an old Zaxxon, and I'm turning that into a Star Trek, and I've got the side art on it, and it looks really good. But I hurt my hand, so I can't do anything else on that. But I do have the multi-vector board I'm going to put in there. I showed you a little bit of that on some of my other videos, so I won't go into that too much because I can't even show you the cabinet. And I don't know what that's, I think that'll probably end up going here once this goes to my boss's place. Because you can see, I mean, I could fit another one in there. I've got these cool stools, by the way. Picked those up off Craigslist too for like $20 for the pair. But each one of my games, I've got a surge protector for each one, right? So every one of them has it, so I can turn them on and off individually. But I don't want to squeeze in 4 there. You know, I mean, if you look at that, it just looks good the way it is, because I can see the side art. And when I had 4 in there at once, I actually had the Joust over there, and I put 4 in, and it's just, I didn't like it as much. My wife didn't like it, and I agreed with her. But I was able to squeeze the Joust over here, and that was cool. So now it's kind of my limit. You know, 4 full size in my cocktail, and that's why I ended up put my bar top in there. But anyway, that is Jeff's Arcade. We got the Joust, the Centipede, the Galaga, the Asteroids Deluxe, the 61 cocktail, and the bar top hyperspin. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about what I've done, or if you get any ideas and you want to watch any of my other videos, please do watch them. You know, I can sort it out for you. You know, leave a comment, ask any questions you like, because I just enjoy helping anybody else, because people have helped me so much. And I will be back with some other videos that I can do. I might go through and show my friend who I'm doing the bar top for all the games, so you may see every single game that I have. I might post that video. I have a short video of the side art for the Star Trek. I may show you that one too, but we'll see what I can come up with, since I can't do a whole lot with my hand. But I'll definitely be showing you the bar tops, any builds that I do, and any changes. So hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, game on.